The following is a presentation of Muddy River News.
It's been a busy week, I think, and, let's just go ahead and kick it off because a busy week is good for Muddy River News.
It depends on how
Look at it. He's like, okay, for you.
Depends on how much I have to do.
Yeah, so busy is one thing. And I think it's kind of a cuss word in my vocabulary because busy is not very productive. It has been a very productive week at Muddy River News. Now, for other people, right? For other people, it may not be the best of times. Brittany today experienced some bullshit, right? In your car. Your car troubles are...
They're a pain. And it... immediately I'm there looking at the new cars because I think my car is just done, and I get even more depressed because I'm like, I can't afford a new car, especially right now.
May I ask what happened to your car?
Okay, so I found out that the last time it was jumped, the
battery cover
wasn't completely on there, and then I was in a good mood, feeling good. Ashley and I were just talking on the phone about the interview, and I'm like, I'm gonna go through the car wash, make her look good, and some water got into, I guess, a circuit board, and that
really hosed it up.
Yep.
And then looking at new cars, it's like, son of a bitch, I don't think I want, not even if you can't, I don't want to afford it. It's like new tires. Nobody ever wants to spend money on that, right? Especially if you have, new cars are fun, but man, they're expensive.
Luckily, the people...
I've never bought a new car before.
I've never bought new.
Me either.
No.
It's new to me is what I always...
New to me is fine.
But the people at Toyota took care of me. It was great. The service desk, they're awesome. They're always packed, though,
And you were at...
Toyota Schottenkirk.
Okay.
Yeah.
And might as well give them the proper...
Right?
Yeah.
Shout out Schottenkirk.
That's where I got my cards.
Yeah.
I like them. But this lady was in there with her kids, and the kids just kept running, and it was like a big game of tag, and I get it. I've had my little at the time, but the mom's just scrolling away, and they've knocked into things, and
Brittany's
screaming,
over here crying, freaking out about having to get a new car.
So how did you handle that situation?
Did
you just basically I'll just deal with it, shut my mouth, and let them go?
I shut my mouth for the most part until the very end, and that's when I was on the phone, and I was like, oh, my head is pounding. This lady won't calm her kids down, and the person on the other line goes, can she hear you? I'm like, oh, yes, she can. And then when I left the desk, too, I told the people, I was like, good luck with the rest of your day. I hope they shut those kids up for you.
Yeah.
So you did kind of get you made
your
point
in.
eventually. Yeah. Okay. I think my way of dealing with that would have probably been, I'm not going to tell you how to raise your kids, but I'm not going to sit around and watch. I'm going to go to a different room.
Yeah. There was no place to go.
Okay.
I was like, I guess I could hide in the bathroom.
Yeah.
They had the reign of the whole place, just tag everywhere.
I just don't get that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, well, I'm here, and the service people, they'll take care of them. I'm not doing a thing.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone.
Oh, she was busy. Hopefully, maybe she was on her phone on our website, but I don't know.
Well, and it's like kids in restaurants, and if you have kids, you know that you can't always keep them under control, but there are certain instances or situations where maybe I should keep a closer wrangle on them.
Hospitals.
Stressful situations.
Car
troubles.
Troubles.
Yeah, hair salons.
Funeral homes.
By the way.
Hair salons.
By the way.
Look.
Oh.
Look.
The hair is
it's popping today.
I called her earlier today, and she was, I was just checking on a time for an interview, and she's like, hold on a second. I'm getting my hair.
I got to put you on speaker. I can't put it up to my ear because there's dye on my hair, right? So I'm getting my hair done, and I'm like, just so you know, I do this for Muddy River News.
Right?
Yeah, I got to look
we can
good.
write this off, right?
But I have taken my kids to the salon with me, and first let me give a shout out to my hairdresser, my stylist, Danielle Highland. She's amazing. She does great things. She's at Crush Salon, which is also downtown. It's one of our neighbors. She's amazing. But when I take my kids in there, it's my time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't crash my party, my hair party.
So are your kids running around in circles while you're laying there?
So I actually have had to leave the salon with my hair wet because I couldn't take anymore, but not just for me, but because I respect the other people's time and their sanctity, I guess, of the hair salon. So I'm like, okay, lesson learned. I will never take my kids in there again. Now I'm guessing that the lady who had her kids at the car place probably didn't have another choice, but she could have said, "Sit your asses down. I'm not messing around." And that's what, that's what I do.
No, that would be difficult if I didn't have another place to go.
Yeah. It's hard to keep quiet.
I think I might have directly addressed the kids.
Yeah.
I think I would have probably said, something like, be careful. You're going to knock something over.
That would have been a good way.
You
should be careful.
Don't hurt that person.
Or you know what I would do? Stick my leg out and hope they trip on it. No, I'm kidding. I would never. But
listen,
that would be rolling through my head.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
Thought bubble up here.
Yeah, right. I mean,
honestly,
those intrusive thoughts come into my head often. If I had a thought bubble always of what's going on in my head, people would be like, "Oh my God, Ashley, I think you need some help."
You're not quite as sweet and lovable and wonderful as you are.
I'm optimistic on the outside 95% of the time. What's rolling through my head is worst case scenario. But I'm like, you know what? And whatever I say is probably not going to fix the situation. It's more than likely going to make it worse. So just roll with it, right?
But today was hair day.
Today was hair day.
And it was Ashley time.
It was
your time.
It was awesome. And then I heard about her, misfortune. But then as I was sitting there, as I mentioned, Danielle Highland does my hair. Her husband, Nick Highland.
He's in the news today.
Right? Which he's been in the news a couple times this past month. But this time it was for something totally badass. And I am so proud of him and Kelby Resanito, who's also been another guest of ours. And also Trevor Beck, who's also been a guest of ours. They have launched this new adventure in Quincy that I think is going to be fantastic. And you did a story on it, right? It's a fantastic story. If you haven't read it, I definitely recommend it.
Couldn't have read it too much because she was asking. You wrote that, right?
Well, I don't ever look.
Skipped right over the byline and went right to the meat of the story.
I read the meat, right?
Yeah, okay.
So
just check it.
Okay, so I'm going to let you kind of explain. I know from Nick's words what it is, and he's super stoked about it, as he should be, and the rest of the crew. But they are doing something brand spanking new in Quincy, and everybody who always says there's nothing to do here, check this out.
Well, if you've ever driven down to St. Louis, especially you're heading, you go past Boone's Crossing, everybody sees the big Top Golf structure there on Highway 40, and if you're not a golfer, Top Golf it's a place where we could go have fun. Yeah. And my guess is you don't play much golf.
No, I love it though.
You don't play much golf.
No, I'm not good at it, but I love it.
But I promise you, if you went there, they have games and ways to enter. You would go, this is a good time. Yeah. I mean, the last time I was at a Top Golf I was in Arizona for a wedding, and it was me, my daughter, the boyfriend I had just really kind of met, my ex-wife, her husband, her friend, another friend, and like the group of us will probably never, ever, 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 ever get together again. But we went to Top Golf and had a great time. And it's just a chance for you to go hit some golf balls.
It is.
And if you stink, you can still win.
Yeah.
If you stink, you can still go to the bar. Yeah. Go grab something to eat.
The only way you lose is if you do
if you stink, go to the bar.
Well, that too. But the only way that you can really have a bad time at Top Golf is if you overswing and fling yourself into the net.
Are you saying
no,
that might
I've
have
seen
happened?
it. I've seen it happen. But
that I have not seen.
It's hilarious. Only because you know that they're falling into a net, but it's just so funny.
But the fact is that the Top Golf in St. Louis, it's like 4 floors of different bays. Golf balls are coming out a million different ways. The Quincy version is just going to be more Quincy sized. Yeah. There's going to be 30 bays, one level. At the Knights of Columbus grounds. I mean, basically, if you've lived in Quincy for any length at all, you know where the Knights of Columbus is. You know where the driving range is. What Nick and his 2 friends are doing are leasing the grounds at the Knights of Columbus. There's been a driving range there for decades. They're taking it over, but they're going to build all the new bays. They're going to build a pro shop, a restaurant. They're going to keep the par 3 golf course out there. They're going to introduce night golf. They're going to have a restaurant. They're basically bringing a family entertainment venue to the Knights of Columbus grounds, and it can be in a million different ways. It isn't just for golfers. I mean,
Right.
I was talking with Trevor yesterday. It could literally be as simple as we're going to go to it's called the Range at KC. You could go out there and go watch football. You go out there and sit around and drink with your friends. You can go out there and have dinner with your family. You can take your kids to the, if you're just there with your kids or significant others, you just want to have a good time and a few laughs, you can do that. If you want to compete against golfers from all over the world on a simulated course at
There's an app
Augusta
for that.
National, there's an app for that.
Yep.
And I've written a lot of stories here in the last 3 years. But I can tell you, we posted the story on our website at noon, and basically shy of like breaking murder news.
And the story about Judy Jenkins, but
and that
yeah,
too.
that was
And
a pretty
too.
damn good one. Kudos to Brittany.
I've gotten so many people reaching out to me going, "That is the coolest thing!
Yes.
I'm so excited."
Everybody
about it."
likes good news.
Anybody who you said, like you said, it's good for Quincy, just in the community as well.
Oh, yeah.
Just go have a place to go.
Well,
if you're a golfer, you're really excited.
Yeah.
If you're a youth golfer, if you just want to take your 3-year-old out there and
If you're always looking for something to do with your family, it's great news. And I will say they're working in conjunction with KC, the Knights of Columbus. So it's not taking it over. They're working together to breathe new life into the Knights of Columbus.
If you think about it, it's mostly a volunteer organization.
Right.
The volunteers coordinate the workers. The volunteers coordinate the course. And they're running out of people. It's harder to get help. And now they've got someone basically giving them the income that they've been searching for, except they don't have to do anything.
It's going to be stellar.
They're leasing from the Knights of Columbus, and I know, and I love when you sit here and you're talking to Bob and or maybe Bob and Steve or whatever, and they get into a sports conversation and you go, sports.
Hey,
This is not.
it's
in
not
my
just sports.
attention,
No,
it's golf.
yeah.
It's not, but it's not sports. It's just go have a good time, and you can do a million things out there. And like the night golf is fun.
I think what you said, bringing all the people together, that let's say you don't even have, it's just a melting pot for people to come together and have a good time, because even if you suck, it doesn't matter if you're great.
Right.
Like it's just somewhere to go and have a good time. It's something new for Quincy to talk. Like I said, I spoke with Nick Highland today. The excitement that he has about this venture is really freaking awesome to see, and it just kind of gets you amped up. And then to think about the partnership between some really great guys, what they want to see happen for the community. This isn't easy for them, because it takes, of course, you got to have cojones to do it, right? You
Is this going to affect the police department in any way, shape, or
No.
form? It's 2 police officers.
No,
I
they
don't want
may
that
up their golf game, but no,
Okay.
I think that it's going to be fantastic for everybody. Also, it's awesome to see somebody put their neck on the line for the betterment of Quincy, and to bring something new to the community, and to see their excitement, and to hear their plans, and to know that they're already thinking about the future and phase 2 and phase 3. And right now, they have a 20-year lease on
at least 20 years.
a 20-year lease. Don't
So
worry about
there's a commitment there.
Right. Don't worry about the parking during the Knights of Columbus barbecue.
By the way, I did not think of that until yesterday, when I was actually on the phone with John Veith from the from the Columbus Home Association.
Love John Veith. He's great.
And Bob's like, ask about the parking at the Knights for the barbecue. And right away, they had already talked about that. And I've already seen on some of our Facebook comments, what are they going to do about parking?
Read the
And
story.
someone said, read the story.
Yeah.
It's all in there. But to me, what I think is so nice, this place, this is a destination now where you're going to come for.
Yeah,
It's kind of like Burlington.
Yeah.
When you go there, you've got, the big hotel with the giant water slides and the casino. Everybody
Catfish
will find
Bend
something.
and-
Catfish Bend, thank you.
Nights-
Everybody
or
will
Fun
find. To me,
City,
that's
yeah.
what this type of place
Yeah.
will now be, a destination for somebody from Hannibal, Mexico, Missouri, Keokuk, Pittsfield, Jacksonville to come here.
And it's right by my house. Oh, booyah. Yeah, no, I'm super excited.
There you go. So anyway, I think that's what excites a lot of people, is this. This is the type of place that people are driving 2 hours for themselves.
Yeah.
That now it's a scaled down version. And anytime you talk to Nick or the guy, It's not Top Golf. It's not Top Golf. It's like Top Golf.
Yeah, but
it's
if you
be
see
different
the
Top
plans,
Golf.
man, it's going to be so freaking neat.
Yeah.
So neat and exciting. I mean, and it does bring people in. And just to kind of segue to our guest. So our guest tonight, not to rush you out, David, because I do want to mention thank you for filling in. Bob is off on a Curcio weekend. But
let's just put it this way. You haven't yet seen him on camera, but he just has this vibe like, this is going to be cool.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah.
He's got his reflector shades on.
Yeah.
He's got his cool drink in his hands and his hair just like,
it's going to be really
what do you want to
cool.
talk about, guys?
Yeah.
He looks like a
and I
movie
met
star.
him 10 minutes ago. I've never really talked to him.
She met him 5 minutes
His
ago.
vibe just oozes.
I've only met him once in my life.
Yeah.
And that's what brought him here.
Yeah.
So
thank you for bringing the guest, by the way. But I do want to say he's not from around here,
no.
right?
Yeah, this is a first.
Yeah.
Yeah, he drove quite a ways.
Yeah.
I think central Missouri, and
Yeah.
because of traffic, it was double the time.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, I
People
got
don't
basketball
drive,
to
but-
go coach.
Yeah, but exciting week in news and our personal lives. My hair is kind of not super exciting, but I did get some
Wait
more
a
exciting
second.
news.
I- in my opinion, the news order ranks Brittany's car problems 3, new golf facility 2,
Ash's
Ashley's
hair.
number 1 with
Of
a
course.
bullet.
Amen.
Yes.
Yes. And I think, because I can't come on here with gray roots. We can't have that, guys. Right?
What roots?
Gray. Just the gray
Wow.
roots. I know.
Never noticed.
You could have
Really?
just said lightened.
No, my
roots.
6th grade teacher pointed out my grays in science, and I've never recovered. So
Okay.
now I have to make sure I keep on top of them. But it was a dude. But he was, you know what? Now I say thank you. But anyway, I'm super excited about the guest. Can't wait to hear all about him. And David, thank you so much for
My pleasure.
For
It's always
stepping
good to see
in.
you guys.
Thank
Always
you.
fun. All right, coming up next, we'll have a very special guest.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
A&B Properties is Quincy's largest apartment rental company with hundreds of units available. They offer short-term and long-term rentals with 1 up to 4 bedroom apartments. A&B Properties meets the needs of its tenants with care, compassion, and a quality of service that exceeds expectations. A&B Properties also has a convenient tenant app for you to do your payments or make repair requests. Give them a call today. A&B Properties, 217-919-8080, Quincy.
What kind of shows will you see on Muddy River Gems each month? The same award-winning storytelling from Mark McDonald and crew that you enjoyed for nearly 20 years on PBS. Muddy River Gems with host Mark McDonald. A new episode every month online from Muddy River News.
All right, and head cowboy in charge, Terry Good. Welcome to Muddy River News. Yeah,
It's me.
All right. So thank you, Brittany, for connecting all of these 3 awesome people, right?
Yeah.
The 3 of us, and of course, David Adam, and we have Randy, who's helping us produce. Thank you, Mr. Randy. Okay, so Terry Good has a very, very storied past, right? And I have a feeling it's not done yet. But how did you hear of Muddy River News, if you don't mind me asking? Do you know?
I just it popped up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I started watching it, and I got a kick out of watching you guys. You know, I really did. And
I knew I liked you.
you know, I liked the interview with the police chief. He was very laid back. Couldn't say what he wanted to say.
Sure.
The coach, Andy, I watched that one. That was a great one.
Yeah.
And I watch a couple of the other ones. I watch it all the time.
Well, thank you.
And I don't know how.
We met originally at the North End Tavern.
After a rodeo.
After a rodeo.
Yeah.
You were in town for, I believe, Ethan's rodeo.
It could have been Ethan's or maybe Minden.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Ethan. Yeah, there was 2 or 3.
But that was 5 years ago, and I haven't really been in touch with Terry ever since, except for this. So I'm learning Terry all over again.
So
That's
I'll
hard
say,
to do,
you got a lot going on, man. So I didn't know. She said we're going to interview this very interesting fella, and I started digging in. And honestly, I think I could keep going for days and days and days, possibly months or years, and still not learn enough about you. So I'm super thankful that you connected him with us, because you just have you got a resume like nobody I've ever seen.
I've done
Everything.
Done a lot.
Okay, so let's start. We'll go back and kind of backtrack a little bit. But you just mentioned that we did have the police chief on, and you know, from your perspective, he couldn't say what he wanted to say. Tell me why you think that.
Well, I retired as a police chief.
There we go.
And I hated
Where?
it. Rock Hill, Missouri.
Okay.
St. Louis County. I hated it.
You hated it.
Yes.
All
sitting
right.
behind a desk. I'm a street guy. And you had to put up with all the crap. Everybody's coming in and complaining. I got it. Oh my, this officer cussed at me or just did this. You got to put up with all that, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Then I wanted to be back on the street, and I always got in trouble with the mayor because I was never in my office.
Well, you're not an office guy.
No.
So what positions did you hold? Now, hang on, because I don't want to. We got a lot to talk about. I just want to make sure that we stay kind of in the realm. But so you were a police chief, but I'm assuming before that you were.
I started out patrolman.
Okay.
I went patrolman, corporal, lieutenant, then colonel.
Okay. And you were also part of.
I was a deputized U.S. Marshal for a while.
Okay.
When I was working narcotics.
Okay.
And then I worked with the gang task force down in the city for a while. That was fun.
Fun?
Oh yeah,
Terry.
we had
What
a
does
dog.
that mean?
Well,
You're like undercover?
yeah. Well, I'd worked undercover, pretty deep undercover
Okay.
for about 5 years.
All right.
But then I went to the gang task force. We called it SCAT down in St. Louis City. We'd have a guy out buying crack on the street, and then we'd all jump out of the van and chase the guy.
On foot.
On foot. But we had a dog.
So would the dog
We just
beat you?
Well, we let the dog go.
Yeah.
And
Who was faster though, the dog or Terry?
The dog.
we walked.
Yeah, they're like,
we
let
we
the
let
dog
the
do
dog
job.
have
Yeah.
a little
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
You got to let the dog have some fun. You know, I love the dogs. Oh, yeah.
Did you ever have a dog yourself?
Yes, German Shepherd.
Okay.
She's got her own page.
Oh, really?
She passed away. She flunked canine school.
Her name was Annie,
Annie,
right?
yeah.
I remember. Okay, so I did follow you. You were a very interesting person to follow
Yeah.
via social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
very
picked up
interesting.
Annie in Dallas,
Okay.
and she just a great dog.
Did she really flunk out of?
Boy, she just
Or
didn't
you just
bite
saying that?
nobody.
Okay.
You know, but I
So
got
that-
her a little canine vest.
Okay.
Made her feel good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You gotta up those canine egos a little
We've
bit.
learned
yeah.
that you could actually flunk out by not biting.
Well, I mean, I've seen things on Instagram and other socials where it's like, check out this dog, it totally failed. And it's like grabbing onto it's supposed to be helping elderly people with walkers. And it's like grabbing the walker and
dragging her.
dragging it across the floor. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't know if I want them helping my grandma, but I'd probably still take that dog just because it seems pretty cool. But, okay, so aside from like police work, which thank you for your service there. I know that you said it was fun. I can't
What was the best-
imagine.
It's very.
Yeah.
It's different. All the stuff I did, a lot of people can't do. I mean, you got to. I wouldn't. If a young person would say, "What do you think about me getting a police worker?" I said, "Don't even go close.
Yeah.
Don't even go close." Nowadays, I'd have been dead 10 times back in the day.
But is it because,
Nobody likes us.
yeah, right, okay, yeah.
You know.
You think people liked you back then? Or they were just more
respected
respectful?
me.
Yeah, okay.
They get in
yeah.
my face,
Yeah, yeah,
I'd
yeah.
knock them down.
Yeah.
But then what's different about today?
Oh, you can't touch them.
Yeah.
In St. Louis City, all the cops are leaving
Yeah.
because they can't do anything.
Yeah.
They shoot somebody, they're going to get prosecuted. They hit somebody, they're going to get prosecuted.
The cops, you mean?
Yeah.
Not the actual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible.
The
It's upside down for
undercover
sure.
work I thought was the most interesting. You sent a couple pictures.
I was pretty
we read
good at
that
that.
story. I sent you that story.
Oh,
did you
yeah.
type that story out? So you
No, the FBI did.
had, okay, so you
Oh,
had.
they don't know I got that.
Oh, really? So, but we can go ahead
Oh,
and
yeah.
still share that,
no,
right?
I mean, that's a long time ago.
it's long. It's long. Okay.
Terry doesn't give a shit, guys.
I
See, that's
don't.
why we love him. Okay.
You know.
yeah.
That story was interesting, though.
That was a big case.
Was it?
Oh, my.
How did it end? I got to page
Well,
4, and then.
I spent 2 years with that guy.
Okay.
We became very close friends. I even spent Christmas Eve with him. And he was from Honduras.
Mm-hmm.
And he was bringing coke in through Panama with Noriega's stuff. And, I mean, it got to be a huge case.
Yeah.
And God bless the FBI. They usually end up messing everything up.
Shitting in their own pants.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Did it not?
Well,
in?
we got them. You know, it was West County Mall. We took them down there.
What
Like
year?
as in West County Mall
Yeah.
in St. Louis?
Yeah, the Dove.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know where that Dove
I
is?
shop there often.
Yeah, where that big Dove is.
Yes,
That's
yes.
where we took down a lot of bad guys.
all right.
That was the spot.
That was
Yeah.
the spot, you
Okay.
know. And we took him down there, and he pulled the gun, we pulled the gun, and everything. And the FBI had a tractor trailer there, full of SWAT guys. You know, we could handle that thing, you know. And oh my God, they come running out, you know, and we got Bruce down, and
Oh well.
We don't know
well.
the last name. Bruce
Nope.
is Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's just the,
he still didn't believe that I was a cop. He never did.
Even to this day.
I think he's dead.
Oh.
R.I.P. Bruce.
So you had him.
Oh, I had him convinced. Big time.
So did you take acting school at all?
No, I just like to talk.
So that's how you can convince people?
But we were following this guy all over St. Louis. We
Yeah.
had helicopters. We had all that stuff following him. And he went into a bar one night. And I said, let me just go in and talk to him.
Well, this was before social media, so it's easier. I think cops these days, especially undercover fellas, they got their work cut out for them, man. Because you can't have any ties to any social media. You can't know anyone, especially if you're in a place like Quincy or even St. Louis, which is a large enough place that I think you probably could
Yeah.
be undercover. But even with social media, somebody could see you and blow your cover just like that. Which
But if-
is
But if you could talk your way out of anything,
I
I met
did.
Terry in the bar. Terry, are you undercover right now? Are
He
you?
might
Are you?
it might be. We aren't sure.
Are you after me?
You never know.
Terry Good? I thought it was a good name, and I even said, "Is your middle name start with a B?" Because I really would want
Terry
to
My
B.
Terry
Good.
daughter-in-law
But-
changed her name to Wendy B.
Hey, see, there you go. But okay, so you've had history in law enforcement, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's your longest
Yeah,
run,
about 38
right?
years, something
38
like that.
years. Holy moly! You went through, no doubt, a long stint of adventures and experience, and probably close calls. And thank you again. Then you you shifted gears totally, right? Like,
Yeah.
or maybe you
The many
maybe you've
faces
always been
of Terry
right.
Good.
You
This
know,
is just so
Another
crazy
thing
to
I
me.
did, I went through the National FBI Academy.
Okay.
I imagine the chief here did.
Okay.
There's very few of us ever get to go through that in Quantico.
Quantico. I thought that was fake. Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Keep
Quantico,
going.
Virginia.
Okay.
That's where the
Great.
academy is, the FBI Academy.
Okay.
And now that I'm on the subject, the first thing they taught us in St. Louis Police Academy, first day, never sit down and have coffee with the FBI.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
Okay?
FBI, if you're listening, sorry.
Yeah, hey, we ain't talking.
Yeah, sorry, no coffee
All right,
for
I'm
ya.
sorry. Go
No.
ahead. We're
No, so never sit down, and you went to Quantico,
yeah.
and so was this a part of your St. Louis law enforcement
Yeah,
thing that you
yeah,
had to
they
be a
sent
part of
me
the
there.
FBI? Or,
Yeah, they sent me there.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was about, I think it's 12, 13 weeks. And, I mean, it was very, I mean, everybody from the world goes there, around the world. Egypt, Egypt, from the Philippines, from China even sends them there, you know.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's.
What do you do there?
Oh,
Top secret stuff.
yeah.
Just learn to talk shit and
Yeah.
learn to take bad guys
Oh,
down?
man, it's a lot of studying. I mean, you know, I got, all right, let's put it this way. I got, what would be a semester credit-wise, college credit-wise, 16 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
it
got
depends.
16
Anyway,
hours.
15 to 18, yeah.
Yeah,
12
I
to
got
18.
16
yeah.
hours
Okay.
just going to that thing for, I think, 12 weeks from West Virginia, or Virginia University.
So what would you say would be the biggest or like the most important skill that you learned there?
Communication.
Yeah.
Communication with people.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good, bad, all the, yeah.
you know, I took public speaking there. It was a big help.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I think bartending for a month, you can get those
Oh,
same,
yeah?
like, hey, Quantico, we're coming after you.
Quantico.
Oh,
because,
hey.
because we can learn how to read people, right? From
Yes.
the moment they sit down
I
at the
still
bar.
can't read Terry though. I'm still not sure if he's undercover or not. You
Hey,
know?
here's
You
the
never
thing.
know.
I think he's interesting to talk to nonetheless, and I've always said this. It's not my job to figure out who's telling the truth.
Yeah.
I'm just going to enjoy the conversation,
That-
100%,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if you're undercover, just, don't follow me out of here. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Terry. Okay, so you've gone through
Shift-
law enforcement.
Yeah.
Now, so I learned, where did you go next? Because I learned that you
I just kind of didn't, I got hurt and I was in a wheelchair for a while.
Okay.
It's a long story, but they built a house for a wheelchair. Didn't think I'd ever walk again.
Okay.
And got an operation, got back on my feet. And I was friends with a professional bull rider, Luke Snyder,
Okay.
on Facebook. He was retiring, and I was playing with a camera, and I got on Texas.
PBR.
No, it was a TV show in Texas, and the guy had me on the show twice, and he decided to have me take some pictures for him. And that's how I got started in the rodeo.
Okay.
And then I got so well known in my own name that I can get press passes on my own without it being sponsored now.
And I thought the name of your business, your photography business, is Good Photographer.
Yeah.
It's pretty freaking
Yeah.
good, man. I'm like, okay, yeah, of
And
course the
I'm
name
the
is going to
head
speak
guy.
for itself, right? Yeah,
the
and
head
you're
guy.
the head cowboy in charge. So now, did you ever ride bulls? I know
No,
you took.
I went on the farm. Grandpa would
Okay.
always put me on a calf, and I never had nothing to hang on to.
Yeah.
And I remember crying a bunch of times, and he would never let me tell Mom or Grandma.
Well, that's the first rule in bull riding.
Don't talk
about bull riding. Yeah.
When did you get interested though in bull riding? Was it a
Well,
young age or when you were hurt?
1956. My
was but a
grandma,
pup.
Sydney, Iowa. I don't know if you. Great.
I know Iowa.
Southwest Iowa. That's where all my family's from.
Okay, but
And
you're from.
I was born in Peoria.
Okay,
Okay.
Been there.
But yeah.
and graduated from.
Quincy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why did we start with this?
world.
God bless America. Okay.
I'm a Blue Devil through and through.
He has a Blue Devil story for you in a little bit.
hey.
Okay, stay on track.
Yeah,
Okay.
stay on track.
Where were we?
Iowa.
Oh yeah. My grandma took me to the Sydney, Iowa, which is one of the back in the day the biggest outdoor rodeo in the country. The town's only like maybe 5,000 people.
And now it's in Fort Madison?
No,
Where is-
Sydney's still there.
Is it?
That
Okay,
makes
all
Fort
right.
Madison look like a little bitty rodeo.
All right. Okay. All right.
And she was holding my hand, and we was going in, and this cowboy comes by, and it was a quarter horse, but to me it looked like a giant. And in the saddle and his spurs and his hat, and he stopped and looked at me, and he says, "Hey, cowboy." And I'll never
Hooked.
forget that.
How
I was
old?
56, what was it, maybe 5, 6 years
I
old?
don't know. I'm
Terry
not-
was hooked.
I was so hooked.
I can
would-
imagine.
I mean, just
That's so
because
cool.
he stopped, tipped his hat, and said, "Hey, cowboy."
And was he up on the horse?
Oh, yeah.
So then he looked like he was just
Oh, I
probably
mean,
shining in the
monster.
sun.
I mean,
and
yeah.
Oh yeah. I can
and
see it.
the leather squeaking, the whole thing. It was just amazing.
So when did you start wearing the cowboy hats? Right afterwards?
Oh no, I wore them for a long time.
Prior to that.
Yeah, I got pictures of me when I was little with guns and cowboy hats.
Yeah. So it's in your blood.
Yeah. My
That's
mom.
awesome.
I got a little picture. My mom even wrote on there. I was like 5 future policeman because I was always
Pew,
had guns.
That's awesome. So you're a photographer, and now it's the PBR circuit, am I right?
PBR
Yes.
rodeo?
Professional bull riders.
So the PBR, this is so sad, but PBR also has a bar in St. Louis, and that's
Oh,
the only
yeah.
that's what I know of
St.
it.
Louis, Chicago.
Okay, so PBR, you can actually go to this place and get on a mechanical bull.
And not find a cowboy in the whole place.
No. A lot of chicks in skimpy clothes, a lot of dudes who want to get attention from those chicks in skimpy clothes, but not a real cowboy.
No.
So, so you've technically never been a bull rider, but you do take great photos of these bull riders, which I can imagine is an experience in and of itself, and you probably meet a lot of really cool people.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
Now,
I've been run over by bulls, too.
You have?
Well, yeah.
Most
I
of
thought they
his
had a cow
pictures-
or like a clown.
No.
Oh, they don't
Where
call
you
them
No,
clowns
they
what
are.
are they?
They're
Shit.
bull. Oh, my God.
Sorry,
girl.
sorry, guys.
Lesson number one.
Faux pas in the rodeo.
Lesson number one.
Leave it to Ash. Yeah.
The clown, they call
I
it-
asked him this. This is the only reason why I know this.
It's
The
called
bullfighters, well, they used to call them clowns, but they're
Okay.
bullfighters. The clown is an entertainer.
We are but entertainers.
It's like a jester, but it wasn't a jester. It wasn't a joker. It was an
Yeah.
entertainer. Yeah, I get it. I'm on board
There's
now.
a picture
I'm
in
on
our,
board.
And they're very good.
pictures of
They
him
say-
as an entertainer.
Yeah.
They-
But he was just playing, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
with all the makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I stood in line with a bunch of little kids to get that done.
Yeah. So you
awesome.
didn't actually put yourself out there to
So
get
I went to the
gored.
rodeo in Springfield dressed with that on, taking pictures.
That's awesome.
How many times have you seen somebody get gored?
Oh, my God.
Ew.
A lot.
What? I gotta know.
Well,
No, I love the question. I
Oh.
just don't know if I want to know the
Well,
answer.
you know, the personal one, when I got run over 10 years ago, I was in the hospital, I don't know, 12 days, totally knocked out.
Because how much does a bull weigh on average?
15 to 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, you're not going to just walk away from
It's not
that.
like these wussy football players.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Well, let's be real here. If you want to show me how manly you are, I don't want to see you carry a ball from one end to another and get,
I play
Knocked
football.
out by a bull.
I want to see you. No, I want to see you get.
No, what, a
No, I
200-pound
don't.
guy, a 200-pound guy against a 2,000-pound bull?
I-
Cowboys get concussions every week.
It always astonishes me, like the running with the bulls.
Oh, that-
which
I don't
in
like
Pompeii.
that.
I don't like it either. But
Why?
Because they kill the bull.
well, they kill. Well, there are
They
multiple. So running with the bulls is where they have multiple bulls and they just kind of cut them loose. And I feel like it's just a confusion. It's like mass chaos.
Didn't he
And
throw
people
the-
use it and then they kill and it. Well, that's
And then they
bullfighting,
feed the
right?
hungry with.
Hopefully, that's what we all
I don't
think.
know, but I don't like it at all.
Yeah. So, okay. So bull riding. Let's go ahead and set the story straight because if you're
Bull riding
anti
and bull fighting are two separate things.
right. So let's set
Yes,
the story straight
totally
because
different.
we want to make sure that if you're associated with taking photographs of bull riding, that there is no level of
Javelins.
inhumanity. Right. Right. How are these bulls treated?
Oh, they're worth millions of dollars.
Yep.
And can I say what I want? All right.
Say what
They
you
don't.
want.
They don't wrap their nuts up.
Okay.
Okay, like everybody thinks they do.
I don't know what that means.
The flank strap. You'll
Okay.
see the flank strap on the back of them.
Uh huh.
It's a very loose flank strap.
It's like a
So
towel
the-
very
when they
soft.
come out of the
It's
shower. or
well,
something.
it's they know it's time to go when they put that on.
But why are they putting it on? So they're not exposed
No,
to the
no,
audience?
it's just a rope. It's called a flank strap.
But why do they
What's
pull
the
their
purpose?
nuts up?
They don't. That's the problem. They don't even get close to
What's
them.
the purpose of a flank strap?
That's when the bull knows it's time to go. It's like
Oh.
a rubber band on your wrist trying to shake off.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what, and they're trained that way.
Okay.
And these
So they
bull-
know it's time to go into the stadium
When they get in it-
this thing tied on them.
Well, no,
So it's
they
more of
don't
a
put
training.
that on
Oh.
until they're in the chute.
Oh, before they open the door and they go bucking out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when they put it on.
All right.
And it's very soft and very loose.
Where does it go?
A flank strap around your waist. Right.
So like a belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not touching their nuts.
Not even close. You can look through my pictures and see it.
I'm
Now,
not gonna look
Terry,
through
I think
your
it's kind of
bull
funny when I
nuts.
mentioned humanity that you said they don't tie their nuts up. So I didn't know
Oh.
that was even a thing. So I appreciate
everybody
the
thinks.
information.
Everybody thinks
Everybody
they do.
knows this. That
Everybody
it's like,
thinks they do.
Okay, yeah.
But what would happen if you tied a guy's
Then it would be
Nuts up.
hard
You
to.
could-
You would.
I'd be down on the
probably-
I think
ground.
I've seen it
I
in a
couldn't
porn
move.
before.
No,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be like,
think I've seen it,
I'm
no.
You'd
bucking."
be laying on the ground, crying like a,
Depends on how tight it is, I think. But yeah. I'm kidding. Okay. All right.
Well,
Ding, next
let's-
subject.
we won't
but-
experiment.
Ding, no,
Next
yeah.
subject
So,
is-
okay.
What?
I feel like we could just keep talking about this
This
forever
could
because I have
take-
so much to learn. But
Well, the rodeo. Okay, so a lot of your pictures are generally of people getting bucked off.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times are these people hurt?
Lot. I mean, their career, if they're 35 years old, that's old for a bull rider.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the bull riders, like Luke Snyder, just for example,
and he's local, right? Or
he
no?
was from Springfield, Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been retired for many
Local-ish.
years. Yeah, he married into, I can't think of the name of the place now, but anyway, he married into.
Good
I don't
money?
remember. Yeah.
okay. All right.
Anyway.
I mean, I'd say, yeah.
You
cool,
gotta
good
have
for
to have
him.
money to do this, right?
Oh, yeah, Bass Pro Shop.
Oh, so good money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Good for
think
him.
they're-
Good for you, Luke Snyder.
I don't think they're together anymore.
Well, that's all right. Hopefully he signed a
But
prenup
he's
or
a
something.
super
got something out of
guy.
it, but-
Now he's had his neck broke. He's had his back broke. He's probably I don't know how many times he's,
Been broken?
yeah. And there's so many of them still riding out there. I can't think some of the names right offhand.
all right.
But they've had their face totally
Smashed
reconstructed.
in.
Totally reconstructed. I mean, it was just shattered.
You have to have some money for that. I wonder if like insurance
they're
covers that.
No. It's
Can
a
you imagine
rodeo,
being an insurance
No.
guy being like, oh,
it's a
yeah,
rodeo
no.
fund. It's I forgot exactly what it's called.
So like they can't be insured for
no,
this.
no, it's a rodeo fund, and everybody contributes, and they take care. And they got a doctor, a
You'd
real
have to.
doctor at every PBR. He's the doctor for the PBR.
So
Do you
now-
watch Yellowstone?
Oh yeah,
How
the
far into
mafia
it?
of it. Oh, I watched the whole
I've
thing.
never seen any of it.
I
Hey.
saw like I got to
never
the
seen it.
middle, but when he started talking about the bull riders and like just getting bucked off and then coming back on, there was like a scene in that I don't know what season it was, but that just kind of
Yeah.
reminded me of that. They all have like, I mean, you and I would look at it like you're stupid,
Yeah.
kind of.
I
I
don't know,
think
I'd probably
I don't
be
know,
like, that's
maybe.
pretty
The
sexy.
adrenaline.
I don't
rush.
know when you get so. But yeah, there's something.
I guess
There's a
there's
passion
a-
behind it, and it's the same
Yeah.
thing with everything. Like even you said football players, but like you get knocked down, you get back up, and I don't understand the.
So wasn't there a movie also called like 8 Seconds?
Oh, good movie.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it.
all right, great movie, but it does kind of take you into, and it's probably super fake and doesn't get into the.
No, it's
the-
pretty good.
Is it?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty real. So
Yes, very real.
and I've known a couple groupies who followed like the rodeo, and when I mentioned Fort Madison earlier, is because that's really the only one that I think most people
Mm-hmm.
knew about from Quincy.
Yeah, that's a good.
It
good
is.
rodeo.
I mean, I'll have
but
to
you'll
check
never
out.
catch me there.
Right. Okay. So, but I think when I say it's sexy, it's because I like. I don't know. I attribute. This is so bad. Manliness to. Are you willing to like go down in a blaze of glory? Right.
I
just
think
that's
most
so
women do.
Sexy,
Yeah, I
right?
agree.
So, not saying if I were married to someone that I'd be like, you're an idiot. After we have kids, you're out of this, and whatever. But I think 8 Seconds was that the name of it? I feel like
Yeah.
I'm missing something. Okay.
The longest 8 seconds.
Okay, so that is that still the thing, or has it gone up from there and now it's like 42 seconds
No,
or
no,
something?
it's 8 seconds.
Still 8 seconds.
That's the longest 8 seconds of your life.
I can't even imagine.
I mean, really. I mean, 8 seconds seems like nothing,
And
except
this-
when you're on a 2,000-pound bull.
has anybody gone? What's the longest?
Oh, if you hit 8 seconds, you want off.
But then how do you get off? Like
You got to untie your hand.
From the thing.
And sometimes they get hung up.
yeah.
And then
And
they end
that's
up
when the
under
trouble-
it,
Yeah.
and then they
If-
get kicked.
Well,
Yeah.
if you get bucked off or you get hung up, what we call you get in the well, which is underneath the bull.
And if the nuts aren't tied up, boy, you really are trouble. I'm telling you. Hey, I'm kidding. I'm not making light of it. God
But
bless
no,
you, bull
the
riders.
bull
Yeah.
will, if you go in the well, the bull will just stomp all over you. A lot of times, just not on purpose, but
Okay. Have you seen anybody die?
yes.
Ah.
The feather.
I've got to know.
I know. I love the questions
All right,
again. I
and
just
he's
don't want to
from
know the
Missouri.
answer.
That purple feather in my hat.
Mm-hmm.
It was Mason Lowe. It was about 3-4 years ago.
Oh.
He
R.I.P.
was
Mason
23
Lowe.
years old. He was like ranked 5th fifth in the world, and he got bucked off, and the bull just stepped on him. I mean, he didn't go after him,
2000
and just
pounds.
crushed him. He got up and walked a few feet, and that was the end of it. At the funeral, they all gave us purple feathers.
What's the purple feather represent?
He
you know?
always his
That was in his cap.
chaps, and everything were purple. That's what was his color. You know?
I gotta ask this. So, did they ever drink before getting on this bull? I feel like I would have to just be doing
now-
shots or so. I'd have to like
Something.
I can't.
Something.
Well, you know, I won't mention names.
You don't have to mention names.
Okay, but they have
Did
a
it take
cutoff.
liquid courage?
All right. No.
No. Okay.
Okay, but a lot of them. Does that mean we only got? No.
Yep.
Oh,
Speak
gee.
That's
up
all
into
right.
the
We got
mic,
time. We got
too.
time. We got time.
Huh?
Yes, we get
Oh,
right.
okay.
Okay.
Anyway, St. Louis, they got a cutoff point. If it starts at 8, they got to stop drinking at 4. Don't
All
let
right.
them drink till 4.
I think I could carry on a pretty good buzz for 4 hours. Yeah. I could probably
but
do
then
that.
then you're not feeling that great. I think.
Right.
You know, I
right.
sat and drank with. All right, go ahead.
No, you're fine, Terry.
We bring it back to Quincy. Basketball.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All
So
right.
you were
For some
on
reason, I thought
a
it was more
dream
fast.
team. I had
Yes.
I got to listen
And I'm
to
in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Okay.
I asked
and
him.
I'm the only bench warmer.
I go,
in the
what
Hall of
position
Fame."
did you play? And he played with
Bench.
Billy Gay,
who I
one of the greatest ever to come out of Quincy.
and he I'm unfamiliar. It's a little before my time, but
Kenny Holtz.
Kenny Holtz, we know
Yeah,
Kenny
okay,
Holtz.
I know
Shout
Kenny
out-
through the
Bruce
Elks.
Bybee.
Shout out Kenny.
Bruce
Bruce Bybee. His son, I know John. Right?
So yeah, we'll post that picture, but that's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
You were-
where we had the group picture.
Yeah.
And that's why I always brag about that.
Well, you were
There's
just
no
like in the
other-
background right there.
There's no other bench warmer that I know of in the
that
Hall
was
of
in the
Fame.
Hall of Fame.
You're like, yeah.
What
Hey.
year was that?
68.
And you almost
I
won
did-
state, right? That year or
Yeah,
third? in
Galesburg beat us.
Okay,
Yeah, Galesburg back then was our nemesis.
but
Oh,
Blue
my
Devil
I'm a Blue Devil through and through.
through and through.
I don't like to lose. I don't like it when they lose. I don't like it unless they win by 50 points.
Yeah.
I just who I am.
You know, I think we're the same person there.
You know,
Yeah.
get them down, smash them.
I like how Terry is just the way he is.
He is. I love it. You're Americano, right? You are just an American dude. You got Bud Ice. I just love.
And he
yeah, he's a good
doesn't
guy.
give
Yeah,
a
my
about
great
what anybody
great-grandfather.
thinks.
Oh, your pocket
Pocket
watch.
watch.
That's awesome. All right. So speaking of family, real quick, because we
Shout
do
out
have
to
go
your
soon. We
wife.
could talk forever and ever and ever, but let's talk about your family real quick.
Hi.
So, okay, all right. So, hey,
Hey,
let's talk about your family.
Oh.
Give some shout outs.
Okay, yeah, my wife Karen, which I got to give her credit for staying with me through
he's
all
told
this.
me this.
I mean, I don't think anybody else would have.
She was always scared on everything. I mean, think about every
Even, I mean,
chapter of Terry Good's life. How could you not be scared?
when
Living
I was
in
undercover,
danger. You're just living on the
when
edge.
when I was undercover, I never came home.
Yeah.
I missed my oldest son's graduation, and I couldn't take him to school.
Yeah.
He couldn't tell anybody who I was.
Right.
But she did stay with me through all that. And now
Tried and
she's
true.
worried about this bull stuff.
Well,
Well, tell her you're standing back with the camera, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to.
Yes. Yes, dear.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, dear.
I don't get on the dirt anymore.
And you mentioned grandkids.
Yes, I have 2 granddaughters and 2 grandsons.
Okay.
That go to opposite schools in Jefferson County that are rivalries.
Oh, fun.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Is that going to be a good basketball game?
Hey, look,
Oh,
we've heard
boy.
of Travis and Jason Kelsey, right? And I think we just heard that you say Kels. But anyway, whatever. But just get yourself a jersey that has both of the things on
Sides.
it.
Oh, I think
It's
you
Festus
can
High.
manage this.
It's Festus High School and Hillsborough High School.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a rivalry.
Oh, yes. Yes.
and it's going to be
Worse.
Good.
Yeah.
Well,
My grandsons are very good.
just stand in the middle and cheer for all. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll work it out.
Yeah.
No.
I bet you have no problem with it.
No.
You've been through worse things. All the trials and tribulations have brought you to this moment in your life where you have to figure out how to cheer for your grandkids.
Hey,
There you
there's
go.
one story I wanted to say.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. When I was working undercover,
Okay.
when I first bought heroin in the city, okay,
Stories with hair.
they were $5. They were $5 a button,
I don't know what a
I
button
don't know what a button is.
Well, you know, like a Tylenol cabinet.
Yep.
Cabinet or whatever you call
Tablet,
it.
uh-huh.
Yeah. They put it in there, and it was $5 a button.
Okay.
So my partner and I went down there.
Did you have to do the button?
No.
Did you ever do drugs, Terry?
No. Did not. And, you know, but when I went down there was two of us, and this guy comes up, and he wouldn't take us both. So for some reason he picked me. I guess I was the scariest looking one. So he took me down there, and we sat on this little concrete thing, you know, and then I just thought, I had cowboy boots on, and I thought, you know, I had my gun, but it was stuck in my boot with my pant leg all the way over it.
And you're sitting with a drug dealer?
Yeah,
That's what-
and I'm
okay.
thinking, I can't get to that. How stupid. Then this big guy comes up and shows me this huge gun, and I'm thinking, oh boy. But anyway, this idiot sat here, and the bad guy, the real bad guy, stood just watched me. And so I put down about $150 worth. But he made me set it down, then he set the drugs down. So he didn't think if I was a cop that he wouldn't be guilty. Oh. They aren't very smart.
No.
Okay, so I got to ask this question. If you come up to me and you're undercover and I say, are you a cop? Do you have to tell me? I got to ask it.
No.
Best one.
Listen.
They asked me that in court. Honest to God. I got
Do you have to-
So
pothead.
yes or no?
Do you
No,
have to?
no.
You don't have to tell me if
Okay.
you're a cop.
Well, think about that.
Well, I don't know. Because
I'm
this has
lying
been
right
this
now.
has
I'm
been-
lying.
He's lying right now. He's
I mean,
after.
well, you know what I mean.
Terry!
I mean, I was no.
Terry R.
That
Good.
is so
And
funny.
next thing you know, Terry R. Good got Brittany Boll for whatever.
Who knows?
Honest to God.
Laundry list.
Jury.
Don't
I had a
kidding.
jury trial on one guy because there's no defense if you sell me drugs, hand to hand. But this one guy said, "Didn't he ask you 3 times if you were a cop?" I said, "Yeah, I did." And what did you answer? I said, "No."
Well, you heard it from here.
Yep.
It's
And the
myth.
jury laughed, and he got 5 years.
All right, so it's just a myth, and
And this is not a myth.
this is not
Not
this
a
is
myth.
the- this-
It's
well,
the legend. He's the
myth,
man.
the legend, Terry Good, man. Here's the thing. It was so awesome meeting you.
Thank you
and
so much
even
for
more
being
awesome
here.
talking to you, sir.
You too.
You have had
Very.
a very interesting and storied life, and I hope that continues for you. And God bless your wife for putting up with all of your shenanigans, I'm sure. And
Make
good
sure
luck.
you follow Terry Good on Facebook.
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you just
He'll be your friend.
look
Yeah,
up Terry Good.
you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And you'll get to see some awesome,
And good photographer.
good
Yeah.
photographer.
Shout out to everybody in
PBR.
Quincy. Hi.
Yeah, Terry. You've been-
And Texas.
In
Yeah.
Texas.
and St. Louis.
Hang on.
Right? All. So
Thank you for
Terry,
joining us.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All
It's
right.
been awesome.
Okay.
All right. I think that does it. Terry Good, guys.